Hello again everybody and welcome to another First Impressions video. This video will actually be a bit different from the other First Impressions I've done because I've actually put quite a few hours into the games that I'm going to show off today. And not only that, but it's also, these games aren't Steam games, so it's a little bit different. It's Facebook Messenger games is what I'm going to be showing off. So first one I've got for you is Snake. So this game is I really like this game. It feels really retro because it's so back to the roots and basic. Already screwed up. That was my bad. I was trying to talk when I shouldn't have been. So I'll just quickly give a brief rundown. Basically, you play this little snake, and you got to try and eat these apples over a map. And depending on the snake you pick, there's quite a bit of difference between the snakes and the maps. So the hider is currently the one I've got up. I'm up to at the moment. It's there's still I think two more to find. I haven't found them yet. But hider is what I'm up to. You get 80 points if you're on speed 3, which is the fastest, obviously, which does make it a bit harder to get through. But you just got to go around the map, try and eat these apples. So I'll just show off the gameplay here. So you can either click tap, which is a bit weird because it's a click. And then button control, so you just click on all of these, but I'll do tap because it's a bit easier. So you just pretty much just do this, just sort of click the way you need to go, and the snake will go that way. What's also great about this game is, because it is a Facebook Messenger game, there's a leaderboard for you and all your friends, so you can compare where you were next to your friends. So I'll just jump into it again. Now, the reason why I think it's tap and the button controls is because I'm pretty sure this is actually a PC port of a mobile game. So I think Facebook must have developed it for the phones on their Messenger app, and then decided to port it to PC, which would explain why it's a bit weaker. It doesn't feel quite so smooth. See. I got a bit confused there because I thought I was clicking down, but wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, but that's alright. So I'll show you just another map. So this is the Basilisk. So instead of having the 4 walls on it, like the Hydra did, and also instead of getting 80 points per apple, I only get 70, the walls are in different spots. So it's sort of just a bit of a level of strategy, depending on the snake you want. You might be able to get a higher score, for example, with a snake in with a lower difficulty, with the different wall placement. Really, that's really all the difficulty is. It's kind of artificial in that sense. It's not really an extra level of. I screwed that up. I got it in the end. It's not really an extra level of challenge. It's just different wall placement. So it's not like the gameplay is really altered too much by the wall placement. And it's also entirely personal preference over what walls you think are easier to dodge. The only real thing that actually influences the gameplay is the speed. And speed 1 is way too slow. I'll show you. So that was speed 3, and then I'll show you speed 1. Now, it is a lot easier to last longer on speed 1. The problem I have with it is it just takes so long to get anywhere, really. If you want to try and beat a high score, doing it on speed 1 is not the way to do it, because every time you eat an apple, I'm sure you've noticed, the snake does get a little bit longer. So obviously they on speed 1, even though you're picking up the apples slower, you're still picking up the same amount of apples, and you're only getting 14 points, or, depends on the difficulty, obviously. But when you're getting 70 from speed 3, you're only getting 14 points. So you just don't have the time to beat your high score, simply because of the amount of apples you need to catch up is just so many more. The equivalent of 2 apples on speed 3 for this is the equivalent of 10 in speed 1. So you're just not able to beat your high score. So I really wouldn't recommend doing this just kill myself and end it. Yeah, so Hydra is where I'm at, so I'll just keep playing this. So the way you... Oops, screwed that up. Let's try again. So the way you do unlock more eggs, you do have to just play and then sort of just hope it spawns. It'll spawn just like an apple, then you just have to go find it. So the game does get a bit more difficult when you've got a really long snake, because you have to try not to hit yourself. If you go back on yourself, you die and you lose. You have to restart. And if you hit a wall. So, like I said, it's a great game. I really quite enjoy it. I feel like if it wasn't a PC port of a mobile game, I feel like it would be much better. But I mean, it's not really the end of the world, I suppose. It's just the controls are a bit clunky. If I could use the arrow keys on my keyboard, or W, A, S, and D, I think I would be able to get higher scores. I think it'd be much easier. But I feel like that the reason why they didn't include that feature is probably just because the leaderboards do go across both platforms, the phone and the PC, because it goes through the Facebook Messenger app. So they probably didn't want people on the PC to have so much of an advantage over people who don't have a powerful PC or a good keyboard like I do. But yeah, so that was Snake. I really enjoy this game. I recommend, and it's also free, that's the best thing about it. If you've got a Facebook account and if you've got friends you want to compete with, game is entirely free. So you can just pick this up whenever you want, phone or PC, however you like, and you're able to play, compete with your friends. It's great fun. I really recommend this, especially since price tag, can't go wrong. But that was Snake, and I'll show you the other Facebook free game I wanted to show you. Alright, so this is the second Facebook game I wanted to show you. It's called Everwing. Now in Everwing, you play a little fairy who can have some dragons, and you basically just, it says here drag to move, you just sort of jump into it and just go back and forth across the screen. You kill these dragons and they drop coins, and the dragons just continually come towards you. If one of them hits you, you die. It's end of the level, you have to restart. So the interesting thing about Everwing is that it's really quite in-depth for such a small game, especially, again, it's free, and again, it works on mobile. So you get to have your high score on your PC, you can activate on your mobile, you can access this account on your mobile, so all your fairies, all your dragons that you've unlocked, that's all on your mobile as well as on your PC. So you can just go in between both however you like. Now, there are a few extra features on Everwing, as opposed to just the gameplay. So you got the characters here. You can buy more characters. Can't afford this one yet, she's 150k. But I've got the first 4 characters. They all do different things. So this one, she just does damage, she doesn't actually do anything special. This one increases the XP Dragon Zone when they fly with her. This one completes quests 2 times faster. And this one, the one I'm using, doubles the amount of coins you receive from levels. And then she just has a permanent magnet. This one has 2 lives, so she gets hit, she respawns. Can't unlock her yet, obviously. These 2, they can charge up, have a special ability, but they're not out yet. So these last 2 aren't out yet. They'll be released soon, apparently, according to them. Also, we got the Sidekicks tab. This is where all your dragons live. So I've got, this one's a legendary one. It's really cute, I like it. Slows 10% time by 10% and is deadly accurate, so it's sort of its abilities track the enemies, which is really quite useful. I've also got some other ones. I got a level 25 here and a level 25 there. They're actually on missions at the moment, so that way they can level up more, and then when I get them back, they're going to be level 30. They're going to be much more powerful, so I can't unfortunately show you them, but that's okay. This other one here, he increases bombats by 60%, which bombats are basically enemies that you shoot, they blow up the whole line. So that's why I've got him equipped. There's also quests. It's not particularly interesting. This is sort of just a mobile game. You just click on one, send a character and sidekicks as you please on a quest, and then they'll come back, bring you coins, and your dragons will get XP. So, not the, it's sort of that thing again with mobile games sort of creeping into PC games. I don't really like it, but I guess it is good in that I can level up my dragons and get money while I'm not playing the game. And it's really intuitive, it's easy to use. And also, because it goes onto my mobile as well, don't even need a separate app for it, it's just on the same app, the Messenger app, I can just pick it up as soon as I wake up, I can check my quests, make sure it's all done, send them away straight away again. Everything's all good. So I guess that is convenient. It's better than most mobile companion apps to games. But having said that, I kind of wish they didn't include it. Maybe if they had just done bonus missions or something, I feel like that would have been more fun, more interesting. But that's okay. Then boss raids. I actually haven't done this feature, so open the door to discover a level 1 boss monster. So I guess I got 5 minutes to defeat it, maybe? Why not? Let's try this. I haven't done this one before, so... Okay, so this... he was the first monster, a nobleman seeking power. He broke the seal in an ancient dark tomb. He's the driver's dead monster. Can't find him out. Fair enough, so he's a monster who'll drop 3 treasure, and he'll drop me a legendary dragon, I guess? He's got 2 million hit points. So I guess I'll just jump straight on in. So this is the gameplay. Yeah, so you just gotta click and hold. And the boss fights are pretty easy. You just sort of gotta dodge the abilities that they throw it at you. This is a really easy boss as well. There is an easier boss, but I'm not versing them today. Now that green thing you saw fly past, that's actually a pickup. It increases the damage of your main attack, which is the one coming out of the fairy, by 5. It also changes the model of it a bit, which is really quite cool. I won't be able to get it. Yeah, there we go. See? So it's changing the model a little bit. That's going to do 5 more damage. And another one. The other one I picked up, the mushroom, that just doubles my attack. So I pretty much do double damage guaranteed. It's really good on bosses, so I'm glad that I got that for a little bit. Got hit. This one's a really easy one to do. It's ooh. I don't know why that's popped up now. Maybe I'll try and... I'll quickly try it again. I think it just starts again. Yeah. Oh, no, it doesn't. So it starts from where I already was. Got it. Awesome. Send me another one. Thank you. So this, I don't really know what the point of this mode is. I guess once I kill him, do 2 million damage, he'll drop... damn it. Oh. So does it continue? Yeah, so it went down a little bit more, another 4% down. But yeah, that's oh, and then I have extra lives there. I see, that's what that is. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, cool. So the boss raids thing, that's actually the first time I've ever seen that activated. So I think that must be a new feature that they've included. So I guess I can just jump into that and do that whenever I feel like it. So now, the actual gameplay. This is pretty much it. It's pretty simple. That's why I like it. It was easy to pick up. You do die a few times on purpose in the first tutorial mission. Then they give you more money so you can level up. So don't be disheartened if you do pick it up and die immediately. But it is quite fun. It's really simple. And I guess with the quest system, it does help that I don't have to play the game to still continue my progress. And this is just pretty much all there is to it. Just go back and forth like that. Kill all the dragons. Then there's a rush flower there. You just grab that. It makes you one-hit everything. And you can fly straight through it. Then I've got a boss to fight here. Yeah, so it's not really first impressions this video because I have played this game before and I'm really quite powerful in it. My fairies are really leveled up pretty high. This one's actually maxed out. Picked up a magnet there. The magnet just sucks all the nearby items towards the fairy, so you don't have to really line up properly to get it. You also got to dodge those meteors that you see across the screen there. They will also kill you just like a dragon if they hit you. It's just a one-hit thing. It's actually a little bit annoying. They get really quick later on. Killed him. Good. Now this is a really easy boss. So there's after a few waves of enemies, there's just a boss fight. And at the start, the bosses are really easy, but then as they get on, they do have much more health. Oh, had a bit of a stutter there. Yeah, that happens to me on mobile as well, so it must be some kind of problem with the game itself. Doesn't really seem to matter what how powerful your PC or phone is. There's a bit of a stutter, but that's alright. It's not really a intensive game on the graphics or anything. So that was a Bombat just there that you saw. I blew it up and killed it. So again, this is another free game. Goes across your phone, your PC. So another one I would recommend picking up if you're ever bored. You don't really have to put too much time into it. Maybe you just play it a couple times. I think Snake's better for that if you want a more arcadey one. But this one at least allows you to progress. So I think it's probably the better game out of the two, in my opinion at least. And I do like being able to level up the dragons and sort of unlock them. You can buy eggs and stuff. Then you open the eggs, you get a dragon. Sometimes you get rare dragons in it. That's what the one on the left is, the one who slows down time by 10%. Oops. Just gotta be careful when you're playing on PC not to let the mouse dip off the screen, because it'll stop you from playing or moving your fairy, really. And when he goes red, it means he's about to charge forward, which is a little bit annoying because it sort of blocks off one area of the screen that you don't really want to go into, just in case he decides to charge forward right then and knock you down. The mechanics of the boss fights are really simple, and once you've learned them, the moment you see what boss it is, you just know how to defeat them pretty much straight away. That doesn't mean that they don't get difficult harder on, because for example, that tree one you saw, the spread gets wider, and it does come faster down across the screen. So it can be... there we go. So the gems as well, they drop randomly. Sometimes chests contain quite a few gems in it. Ooh. Ooh, that was rough. Yeah, those meteor shower things happen sometimes where you just gotta dodge the meteors. This one again. Ugh, that's lucky. This one's really easy to defeat, so I'm kind of glad that I keep getting it. Ooh. There's one more boss type you haven't seen yet, which is she summons little minions and they just shoot little blobs at you. You just gotta dodge them, which is annoying, but... So the interesting thing is the high score you see in the top right there, or not the high score, but the current score, that only activates off of the coins you actually pick up in a mission. So because I'm using that fairy that increases the amount of coins I own by ×2, I don't actually... That doesn't count towards my score. It takes my score and then doubles it at the end. That's how it activates. That's how it works, I should say. So my high score doesn't magically get doubled. It's just the coins I get, and then the coins I use to upgrade the characters or buy dragons. Or eggs, really, to see what dragons I can get. Ah, this is the boss I was talking about, the one that spawns those... Yep. And again, this has a high score that you can track between your friends as well, so you can challenge them at the game and, you know, see who's better or whatever, if that's the kind of thing you like to do. If you've got a competitive streak. Keep summoning the tornado one's the worst because those little green things, they actually track you, whereas the water droplet, that just drops them randomly. Ah, there we go. Defeated. Good stuff. I don't even, I don't really mind the music. Normally on a game like this, I wouldn't really like the music, but the music is kind of, it's kind of calming. I quite enjoy it, but it's just personal preference, I guess. I mean, you've probably heard it for long enough now. You can make your own judgment as to whether or not you like the music and the sound. Picking up the coins and stuff. Pretty simple sound that they decided to use. Oh yeah, the trophies you also use to unlock better eggs and that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's Everwing. It's on the Facebook Messenger app, so you just pick it up. There's other games on there as well. I don't really have enough time to show you all the games on the Facebook Messenger app, but if you enjoy simple games like this, and you're competitive as well, you would definitely enjoy this game. So I definitely recommend getting this one along with Snake if you want to challenge your friends to it, and if you want something, especially for this one, if you want something that you can really progress in and sort of just do over the course of a couple of weeks or whatever. Alright, thanks for watching. If you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, that sort of thing. If you didn't, dislike it, comment, tell me what you didn't like, and maybe I'll take that into consideration. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.